Hi, I'm Chris. After suffering from CFS for 6 years, I fully recovered. I created this healing program to guide and support you on your healing journey from CFS, fibromyalgia, long COVID, and related syndromes. If you haven't watched the previous videos in this series, I recommend starting from the beginning, as each video builds on the last. You can find them for free on my website at healing-space.online. In the previous video, we defined stress as an umbrella term for all the different pressures we encounter in life. We noted that stress comes in many forms, often without us being fully aware of it. Stress can be physical, such as intense exercise, infections, dealing with persistent symptoms like fatigue, widespread pain, dizziness, or difficulty breathing. Stress can also be emotional, such as dealing with grief, relationship issues, overwhelming responsibilities, feelings of hopelessness about recovery, or anger at being misunderstood by others. Furthermore, stress can be mental, like constant worry, overthinking, facing challenging cognitive tasks, or fearing a post-exertional crash. In this video, we'll dive into why chronic stress is harmful and how too much of it can dysregulate our autonomic nervous system, marking the onset of our illness. Chronic stress is long-term stress that keeps the body on high alert due to ongoing pressures without enough relief or recovery. It's harmful because it causes a constant release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which can wear down the body over time. While these hormones are designed to help us handle short-term bursts of immediate danger, their ongoing release strains our organs, weakens our immune system, and disrupts essential functions like digestion. Over time, this persistent activation of the stress response wears the body down, leading to a range of health issues as the body becomes too exhausted to recover properly. A major reason chronic stress is so damaging is that it accumulates slowly, often without us even noticing. Stress doesn't just come from obvious sources. It can stem from physical, mental, and emotional pressures, whether real or imagined. A big part of our chronic stress stems from our harmful but often unnoticed automatic reactions to stressors. These unhelpful reactions are often driven by conditioned patterns of being perfectionistic, achievement-oriented, controlling, impatient, worried, self-critical, or prone to overthinking. These smaller, everyday stressors can build up over time and have a significant impact on our health. Each source of stress, big or small, conscious or hidden, adds to the body's total stress load. Each time our stress reaction gets triggered, cortisol and adrenaline are released again, keeping us in a prolonged state of tension that the body cannot easily reset. This gradual buildup can lead to a stress overload. This is when our body gets pushed beyond its natural capacity to cope, leaving it in a constant state of fight or flight. This is the moment our ANS becomes dysregulated and our symptoms emerge. This marks the onset of our illness. The gradual adaptation syndrome, developed by Hans Selye, explains how our body reacts to ongoing stress. It shows how stress initially helps us handle challenges, but eventually wears down our system if it lasts too long. This model describes 3 stages. The first is the alarm stage. This is the body's immediate reaction to stress, often called the fight or flight reaction. When we face a threat, the body releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones speed up our heart rate, make us breathe faster, and send more oxygen to our muscles. This reaction gives us a quick burst of energy and focus to handle the immediate challenge. While this is essential for survival, staying in this heightened state for too long drains our body's resources, as these hormones are powerful and, if continuously released, begin to wear down our body. If the stress continues, we enter the resistance stage. Here, the body tries to adapt by maintaining a higher level of alertness for a prolonged period. During this stage, certain body functions like digestion and the immune system are put on hold to save energy for dealing with the stress. While in the resistance stage, we might feel like we're coping, but this heightened state requires a lot of energy. As a result, our system is out of balance and vital functions are being compromised. Over time, this makes us more vulnerable to infections, digestive problems, and emotional exhaustion. The longer we stay in this stage, the more pressure builds, as our bodies are not meant to handle stress at this level for extended periods. Finally, if the stress keeps going and our body's energy is completely drained, we reach the exhaustion stage. At this point, the body can no longer keep up, and its ability to cope is used up. This is where serious health issues can appear. The prolonged shutdown of essential functions, along with the constant release of stress hormones, leads to physical and mental exhaustion. Our immune system becomes so weak that we are prone to frequent infections. Our energy levels drop drastically, and we may feel physically and emotionally drained. Symptoms such as chronic fatigue, muscle pain, brain fog, and other health issues may arise, indicating that the body can no longer manage the demands of long-term stress. This exhaustion stage is often linked to chronic conditions, as the body's natural defenses and healing processes are no longer able to function well. In short, Seeley's model shows that while short-term stress can be helpful, long-term stress depletes our body's energy and defenses, making us more susceptible to illness and chronic health problems. What often happens in our case is that an additional stressor like a virus, injury, trauma, chemical exposure, relationship breakup, the loss of a loved one, burnout, or another stressful event adds another layer to our accumulated stress load, pushing us into illness. This stress overload becomes the tipping point, leading to conditions like CFS, fibromyalgia, and long COVID. When the body reaches this level of exhaustion, it becomes harder to return to a balanced, relaxed state. The autonomic nervous system, ANS, which normally manages both stress and relaxation, becomes increasingly strained. Continuous, unrelieved stress disrupts the ANS balance, keeping it locked in fight or flight mode, or fluctuating between high alert and low energy. This imbalance is known as ANS dysregulation. With a dysregulated ANS, the body cannot fully activate the rest and digest state needed for recovery. And essential functions like digestion, immunity, and energy production stay suppressed. Over time, this dysregulation causes persistent symptoms, as the body remains stuck in a cycle of stress without the ability to reset. I'm sharing all this because many of us are unknowingly in this very situation, overloaded with chronic stress and a dysregulated ANS, which can lead to conditions like CFS, fibromyalgia, and long COVID. You might not fully realize it because a lot of our stress operates under the surface, outside our awareness. So I encourage you to listen to these introductory videos with an open mind before reaching any conclusions. I say this because at first, when someone suggested that stress might be tied to my illness, I felt offended. I thought, I'm not stressed. I'm not working, don't have relationship issues or the pressure that usually cause stress. I ate healthy and rest as much as possible, relaxing on the couch or bed. It didn't make sense to me that stress could be involved. What I didn't realize then is that much of our stress is hidden. It often comes from thoughts and emotions, like worry, anxiety, anger, or hopelessness, that quietly add to our stress load without us even noticing. Even if you're lying in bed or relaxing on the couch, if your mind is constantly analyzing your symptoms, fighting against them, wishing things were different, or feeling anxious, frustrated, or hopeless, this is very stressful. These underlying thoughts and emotions can keep our bodies in that stressed state, even when we feel we're doing everything possible to rest. Research shows that prolonged sympathetic nervous system activation plays a key role in the development of symptoms like fatigue, pain, cognitive difficulties, and physical exhaustion. Understanding how stress overload contributes to these chronic conditions is essential for healing. By recognizing the role of chronic stress in both the onset and persistence of these conditions, we can focus on reducing stress, restoring balance in the autonomic nervous system, and supporting the body's natural healing processes. That's why this healing program focuses on understanding stress, recognizing stress, and reducing stress. We do this by learning and applying mindfulness. We will be using proven tools and techniques to help us calm our mind and body, so we can enter a healing state and restore balance in the ANS. In the next video, we discuss how stress gets created. If you'd like to continue, you can watch the complete introductory video series for free on my website at healing-space.online. This video series is designed to support you in healing from CFS, fibromyalgia, long COVID, and related syndromes. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and follow. Thank you, and see you in the next video.